What if I told you that Allah is preparing your heart to receive words you have never heard before? A confession. Not just anyone, but the one that will echo in you like an answered prayer. Yes, someone is about to speak to your heart. 1. The subtle language of Allah. When your heart senses what is coming, there are times when we feel that something is approaching, without anything moving outside. No noise, no obvious signs, and yet, your heart picks up a wave that no one else feels. It is neither your imagination nor a simple hope. It is a discreet message, slipped into your soul by the one who created you, a sacred thrill in the silence of your daily life. Allah, in His perfect wisdom, always deals gently with those He loves. He doesn't scream to wake you up, He whispers. It sends subtle vibrations to your heart like bursts of light in a dark room. He imposes nothing on you, He guides you. He does not rush, He prepares. He gently takes you away from those who are only mirages, and without you even realizing it, He lightens your heart from the weights you thought were normal. It's in these moments that your soul begins to sense an opening, a light wind that tells you something unexpected, but profoundly true. You feel without seeing, you know without understanding. And when Allah prepares a heart, it is never for a simple event. It's for a meeting aligned with your development. An encounter that not only affects your appearance or your intellect, but that speaks directly to that part of you that no one has ever been able to reach. And that moment will come. It will come when your heart is ready to recognize the authenticity of a word that is not said to seduce, but to elevate. It will not be a loud declaration, nor a theatrical love. It will be a word, one sentence, a sweet truth, presented with modesty, and your heart, purified by waiting and patience, will know that this word, it has always been waiting for it. There is nothing random when Allah works inside you. He teaches you delicacy so that you are able to recognize pure love and not burning passion. He silently polishes your scars so that your heart no longer reacts out of hurt, but out of wisdom. And the best thing is that this presentiment that you feel, it is perhaps already a reflection of this confession to come. A confession that will not come to fill a void, but to shed light. 2. The invisible signs. Before confession, your soul feels them. There is a moment in life when we believe we are walking alone, in the silence of a world that no longer understands us. But in truth, something invisible is approaching, slowly, silently. And your soul knows it before you. It captures what your mind has not yet analyzed. You don't understand why, but you get up with a lighter heart. You see a name, you hear a voice, you enter a room, and suddenly, a strange feeling comes over you. An unusual peace, as if the universe was sending you a veiled, coded message, intended only for you. These are the subtle signs that only an awakened heart can sense. Dreams appear. Not ordinary dreams, no. Images marked with a tenderness you have never known. Symbols that resonate deep within you. You wake up with the intuition that a veil has been lifted slightly. And yet, you can't explain anything with words. You think of someone for no reason. A gentle, insistent thought, like a presence that says nothing but imposes itself with modesty. You feel like something is coming, and it's not your imagination. It is Allah who places these markers, like lanterns along an invisible path. He places them with precision, without noise, but with grandeur. And sometimes, what you expect is not what you think. It may be that this confession that your heart feels is not that of an earthly lover, but that of a servant chosen to bring you closer to the divine light. It is not a declaration of carnal attachment,
but a sacred reminder wrapped in humanity. Allah can speak to you through the words of a stranger, a friend, a seemingly ordinary encounter. But deep down, it is He who is sending you a sign. And when that happens, your soul shudders, because it recognizes the voice of heaven hidden behind the voices of earth. This is the sacred mystery. It is not the expectation of a face or a hand, but the preparation for a vibration that touches your essence. When sincere love, purified by divine will, draws near, your heart does not analyze it. He feels it. He doesn't get carried away. He bows. He doesn't ask. He welcomes. Because he knows, deep down, that Allah has just sent him living proof of His rahmah. 3. A confession prepared by the divine. It is not a chance. This is no coincidence. It will never be a coincidence. You think it's a coincidence. But in reality, you are in a divinely orchestrated scenario. Every separation, every silence, every absence in your life has been calculated to prepare for this moment. Allah has removed you from what was poisoning you. He has emptied you of illusory loves so that you can finally receive what comes from Him. And this person won't come too soon, nor too late. It will come when your soul has been cleansed of human expectation, when your heart no longer asks for anything, but only what is pure, what is right, when you no longer beg to be loved, but you understand that true love is deposited, it does not beg. And this confession will not come dressed in big promises. It won't sound like anything you've heard before. Perhaps it will be a simple word, but it will have a weight that you cannot ignore. It will resonate like a truth that your heart has always been waiting for. Because it is not the emotion of the moment that will speak, but an intention nourished in sincerity, matured in the inner light. This confession, if it comes from someone guided by Allah, it will not flatter your appearance, it will not play with your desires. It will speak to your essence. You will feel that this person is not speaking to you to fill a void, but to share a completeness. Not to use you, but to honor you. Not to get something, but to rise with you. And when you hear these words, it won't be like before. You will not feel fear or agitation, you will feel peace. This inner tranquility that nothing can imitate. This kind of calm that only the will of Allah can generate. And you will understand that it is He who opened this mouth, He who prepared this intention, He who authorized this meeting. Because everything has been orchestrated since the day He decided that your heart deserved to be spoken to, not by just anyone, but by someone who sees in you what He placed there. 4. All true love begins with an opening of the heart towards Allah. Before our heart can sincerely love, it must be broken to be opened. You see, your heart is not an ordinary door. He does not open with compliments, nor with pointed looks, nor with beautiful human intentions. He responds to only one call, the one that the Creator whispers to Him in the quietest moments of your solitude. And often, before allowing you to love healthily, Allah must first bring you back to Him. He must show you that everything you were looking for elsewhere had no taste, because your heart was not ready. It was cluttered with hurts, unrealistic expectations, misdirected desires. So He broke you, slowly, gently, but with infinite wisdom. He let you down so that you could learn to no longer depend. He closed doors so you would stop knocking blindly. He emptied your heart so that this time you could fill it with what is real, what is pure, what is of Him. And when this confession comes, it will not be a trivial statement. It won't be an "I love you" thrown into the wind. It will be a word rooted in an invocation, an emotion matured in patience, an intention that has been cleansed by the tears of someone who, like you, has been prepared, trained, educated internally. And when this person says, I saw you in my invocations, and my heart said, Amin, you will know. You will know that it is not a game. You will know that it is not a whim. You will feel that this heart has learned to love through guidance, not through obsession. A love that begins with Allah is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. It does not impose itself. He doesn't get agitated. He's not begging for your attention. He inspires you to become better. It directs you upwards, not towards the void. This kind of love is rare, but it exists. And Allah reserves it for those whom He has transformed from within. 5. When your name was mentioned in His prayers, what if you knew that your name didn't appear for the first time in human conversation? It was perhaps first spoken in a moment of sacred solitude, between a sincere heart and its Lord. Before your paths crossed, he or she had already entrusted you to Allah, not with details, not with a precise image, but with trembling invocations, with shy words, covered in modesty, woven with hope. Ya Allah, grant me a companion who brings me closer to you. And in that moment, your name, without even being known, was written in a prayer. Not a simple wish, no. A deposit. A deposit in the hands of the All-Merciful. This is where it all started. And today, this invisible link that connected you in the invisible begins to reveal itself. This heart that prayed without knowing who you were begins to sense your presence. The words are still hidden, but the moment is approaching. This moment when the lips will say what the soul has long held, and you will know. Not because it's nice to hear, not because it's perfect, but because your heart will recognize this unique vibration, the one that comes neither from logic nor from the ego, but from the deep sincerity of an answered invocation. There are sentences that are not decorated with poetry, but which are piercing. They don't need to be numerous to cause an upheaval. Sometimes, all it takes is a single look, a silence full of truth. I asked Allah for you. And your whole inner world realigns. For it is not lips that deceive an awakened heart. These are the traces of sujud in the voice. It's the pure intention behind every word. And what was born in the intimacy of prayers can only emerge with a nobility that only the divine can bestow. 6. Stay calm, stay aligned, stay ready. This message does not come to agitate your heart, nor to trigger burning impatience. He comes to install you in inner peace, a stable tranquility that does not depend on what you see or hear, but from what you know about your Lord. You don't need to chase love, because what is pure, what is willed by Allah, is not achieved in haste. What is destined for you comes gently, like the rain that falls without noise, but transforms everything in its path. So take a deep breath and rest in your spiritual alignment. What you need to do now is not to search obsessively, nor reading the signs excessively, but to be ready. Ready internally, emotionally, spiritually. Ready to welcome and not to force. Ready to receive, not to negotiate. For when the time comes, when this soul speaks to yours, there will be no panic or confusion. There will be a sacred calm, a silence that will tell you everything. And in this silence, your heart will recognize the trace of Allah's hand in this story. Be obedient. Even when it's long, even when you don't understand everything yet. It is in the constancy of your adoration, in the sincerity of your behavior, in the purity of your intention, that you are truly preparing yourself for this blessed confession. It is not an external quest. It's an internal positioning, and when this person appears with simple words, you will not look for complicated proofs. Your heart, already prepared by nights of patience and days of trust, will simply say, it's here. Not because it's perfect on the outside, but because it aligns with your soul. This kind of peace can't be manufactured. It only comes from Allah, so stay calm, stay aligned, and above all, stay ready. Allah does not make you wait for nothing, He prepares you. And when this confession comes, it will be clear, simple, soothing. This will be an answer, and you will finally understand why your heart has often felt alone. He was waiting for this voice to recognize Him.